Welcome back everybody to another video, and on today's video we're going to be talking about the different types of campaigns inside of REIREPLY. I have been getting this message almost every day, so I'm finally going to make a video about it, and I'm going to explain the different types of campaigns, because some of you guys actually don't know that. Well, first of all, REIREPLY can do a lot of things, whether it's cold outreach or warm outreach, or you just want a CRM, right? It can do a lot of that, or even if you just wanted to hold your data, it can do that as well. But a lot of people want to know, how do I send my campaign? Now, there's different types of campaigns. So let me give you a couple examples. Now, if you're going to send a campaign to a list of people that have heard from your business before, right? So people that opted in, whether you talked to them on the dialer, or they filled out a Facebook form, or they went to your website, some sort of Google ad or a Facebook ad lead. That is someone that opted in. Then you want to add them to some sort of campaign. This is how you would do it. You would go to automations, and now you would just go to create workflow, because we no longer are using campaigns, and it's unnecessary. You don't need a campaign, you need a workflow. So you would come in here, and this is a campaign that we're going to create for any sort of warm list or any warm leads, right? People that you've talked to before. So we can just call this warm. Honestly, we just call it campaign for warm leads, right? And now the steps are very simple. Step number 1 is going to be assign to user. And then here is where you can select the phone number that you have. As you can see, I have a lot of users because I have a lot of numbers. And here's where you would select the phone number the seller is going to see, right? The phone number that is being used to send the text. So what we're going to do is press this. I'm selecting on that random user. You can also turn this on, which I highly recommend, meaning that anyone you add to this campaign, if they are already assigned to a number, then they will completely skip this step. Meaning if the contact the seller that you're texting already has an assigned number, it's not going to go ahead and assign another number for them. So we'll click save. We're going to click that plus mark, and now SMS here is where we can write in our text. So whatever type of message you want to say, right? Whether you're doing real estate agent outreach, right? You're trying to get those MLS listings, pocket listings, or you're reaching out to sellers, right? Foreclosure, probate, any type of niche list. And these are people that might have opted in, right? So it's smaller amounts of people. This is how you would do it, right? So assign to user. Next step is SMS. And then here you would type in whatever message you're trying to get across. Like, hey, and then go to custom values. Contact is for the seller. User is for you. And then any other extra stuff like appointment, start time, calendar. Other stuff is right here, right now, right? If you want to put a certain month or a certain day, that's right here. And now once we've actually put in our message, now the next step is to go ahead and click wait. How long do we want to wait for our next message? We can put a couple hours, right? A couple days. And then up here we can write 5 days, just so we know exactly what this action is going to do. It's going to wait 5 days. And then click again, and then here's where we click SMS. And we can go ahead and type in whatever message we have for the seller, right? Or for the agent, right? Whoever we're reaching out to. This is a campaign that you can send to your warm leads. Leads that you're following up with, leads that have opted in, right? So basically, probably less than 40 people, right? It's not a big giant list of like 5, 6, 7,000 people. Right, this would be perfect for maybe 40, 50 people, right, that you're adding, or even just every day you're adding 1 or 2 people. This is a small campaign, and you can easily add people to. Okay, so now the next type of campaign is if you are getting a list. So for those of you that are getting your list, I highly recommend you use batch leads for your skip tracing, so you don't pay twice for leads that you already paid for. And also because every single deal that I get to this day has been from this data. So their skip tracing is really good. And on top of that, they also tell you which are litigators in your list, so then you can remove them and completely remove the risk of getting sued by someone that obviously has sued before. So with this batch leads, you'll be able to comp properties, get a list, and skip trace all in one. I use this and I literally talk about it all over my channel. So once you get your list from batch leads and you're trying to text a cold list, you're gonna have to use the 2023 initial SMS workflows. So if you just got your REIREPLY account recently, you should already have this in your account. However, if you don't have this, all you got to do is go to training, support, and send out a ticket and tell them, hey, I want to get the 2023 initial SMS workflows, and they will send you a link and you can easily get these workflows for free. Now, if you open this up, now I kind of put my own custom touches to this, but you're going to pretty much get this initial SMS workflow. And now when you open this up, you're going to see this giant big workflow that's probably going to freak you out and completely blow your socks off, and you're probably going to close your computer at this point. Now, I just want to let you know this is not complicated whatsoever. This is simply the workflow that you need to use when you're trying to text blast people that did not opt in, right? So people on a list, a cold list that you purchased. I highly recommend that you guys stay between 200 to 300 messages per day, and you must be using this workflow. Now, the reason you have to use this massive workflow is what's going to happen in this workflow is when you drop your contacts in here, pretty much they're going to get a different message, and that is exactly how we're going to get the best delivery rates. So if you click on a message here and you go to statistics, it's going to tell you how many delivered, how many clicked, and how many failed. Now, a problem that a lot of people are having is if you keep sending the same message, you're going to get the 3007 code, which means you're getting filtered by carriers. So that is a lot of the reasons that's because you're sending the same messages. So you have to make sure that you're sending different messages. You don't want to send more than 25 messages that are similar or like per day per phone number. Reply also teaches you how to send your campaigns through this. There's training on it. But pretty much what I do is you come over here and you want to select depending how many people you're going to drop in here. So if you're going to add 300 contacts in here per day, then you're going to need about 3-4 numbers. So you put 3-4 numbers in there, and then you would easily go to contacts. You would be able to select the 200 people, right? And then go to add to campaign. Okay, proceed. And you would be able to look for that campaign. And now we'll go to add to drip mode, and now I'm gonna head over here to show you guys exactly what needs to be done. So if you're gonna send 100 messages for the day, then you're gonna need to do this rule: 1 SMS every 3 minutes, and you must have assigned at least one number. If you're gonna do 200 messages per day, then 2 SMS per 3 minutes, and then 300 SMS, 3 SMS per 3 minutes, and you have at least 3 numbers assigned. We'll select the best time. I usually like to start maybe like 10 a.m. And then for batch quantity is when you're going to follow the rules. Okay, so if I'm only adding 100 people for today, then I'm going to do 1 SMS every 3 minutes. So 1 every 3 minutes. 1 every 3 minutes if I added 100 people in here. However, if I added 200, then I would do 2 every 3 minutes, and I would have 2 numbers assigned to that campaign. However, if I was doing 300 messages, then I would do 3 every 3 minutes, because then it's going to, let's go back to the rules here. 100 SMS, you're going to do this in drip mode, a unique message, and you're not coming off as spam because you're not doing it so quickly, right? We're doing 20 per hour, 40 per hour, 60 per hour. So it's like very spaced out, and the message is constantly unique. Okay. Now you also want to make sure that you're still following REIREPLY's rules, which I also have a document. If you guys want to check the link, you can get access to it. But yeah, if you're sending your cold campaigns, you need to use the 2023 workflow or spin text, which is an additional feature. If you guys are interested in spin text, you can go to reireply.com spin text and get this, which is pretty much going to spin the message around. It's literally like launch control is doing, right? That's what spin text is doing. This is going to dramatically increase your delivery rates. However, if you don't have money for it, you do not have to get it. We go to workflow right here. You can just use this. So let's recap. If you're sending a campaign out to a list of people that have opted in, right? It's not that many people that you're following up with. Then you just need a simple workflow like this, where you assign the number, you turn this on, the text, how long you're going to wait, and then another text. And then obviously some additional features like if they can enter the campaign again, stuff like that. If you wanted to take them out the campaign when they respond, right? But this is for people that you're following up with, people that opted in. Now, if you're using a cold list that you purchased, right, and you skip trace and you got numbers for, then you're going to need to use the initial SMS workflow, this massive workflow here. And what you want to do is use this, right, for sending out your cold outreach. Now, if you like, you can get the spin text to even more increase your rates, right? This is only going to benefit you. Okay. So either way, when you're sending your campaign to a cold list, you're going to need to use this massive workflow or the spin text feature. Now, even if you're using this 2023 workflow or spin text, you want to make sure that you're still following some of these rules here. Like, don't add links inside of your message to cold leads, and provide an opt-out language. So for the warm campaign, you don't have to provide an opt-out language because a lot of those people already are expecting your message. But for those people that are not expecting your message, you want to make sure that you're adding a different opt-out word, like pass, dismiss, no thanks, nope, anything but the word stop. You also want to make sure that you're keeping your text under 160 characters. You want to make it very, very short, okay? Very short. And here's a calculator so you guys can actually put your text in there and see how many segments is it. And then avoid spam intent words, right? We want to avoid extra cash, right? Anything that's too spammy. And then you want to avoid all these keywords right here. Now, REIREPLY provides this PDF. You guys can go into the training center, right? But I can give this to you guys in the description below as well. So yeah, you want to make sure you're not using any of these words because you will get filtered. And I definitely recommend that you change your message every week and you change your opt-out word every week. And after your campaign goes out, always make sure to check how many are failing, and then here's a little bit of instructions: open campaign, check the message, check statistics. And then here's just telling you the different types of codes that we get, right? Which the main one is going to be 3007 because you're getting filtered. Now, if you're getting a lot of 3006, that's fine. You can easily fix that. And that's by getting better data that tells you whether it's a landline or a mobile number. Okay. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video, you guys, because a lot of you have been asking me, how do I send my campaign out? And it just depends. If you're sending it to leads you're following up with, you only need a little simple campaign that you can create right away right here. You need a simple workflow with simple steps. However, if you're adding a bunch of people, 100, 200, 300 contacts per day to a cold to a campaign that they've never heard from you before, right? They're a list. You're going to need to use the 2023 workflow, right? And assign several numbers to it, or the spin text feature, which is an upgrade that you get from REIREPLY. Okay, so I hope that clears the air. I hope you guys are not confused anymore on why this has to be done this way. And if you guys are, just leave a question below